Something curious happens when a person decides to stop begging for attention. Suddenly, the silence that once felt like abandonment becomes space for rebuilding. What used to be anxiety over responses slowly turns into something different: clarity. It may sound strange, but many times the biggest problem is not what others do to you, but how much you allow yourself to shrink just to keep someone close. But why do so many people end up putting themselves in second place in relationships? And why does it seem that everything changes when someone decides to respect themselves more? The answer is simple and direct. When you don't assign value to yourself, others won't see that value either. However, when you define boundaries and begin to act with dignity, the environment naturally changes because you stop accepting what you once tolerated. Many people spend years trying to please, understand, and adapt too much. They help, listen, forgive, and make constant efforts to keep a relationship alive even when the effort is not mutual. Little by little, they begin to accept emotional crumbs, justifying behaviors that hurt them and trying to prove they deserve attention. If this idea resonates with you, take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might also need to hear this message. Sometimes a single idea can completely change the way someone sees their life. Stoic philosophy explains this with a very clear principle: some things depend on us, and some things do not. Thinkers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius taught that our choices, attitudes, and character are within our control. The opinions of others, someone's feelings toward you, or the decisions people make are not. When someone tries to gain value by begging for something they cannot control, they end up becoming a prisoner of the situation. On the other hand, when a person directs their energy toward what truly depends on them, transformation begins. They take care of their mind, improve habits, set boundaries, and learn to say no when necessary. Over time, they stop accepting relationships that diminish their dignity and begin to choose more carefully who they allow into their life. This is not magic or mystical attraction. It is simply the consequence of behavior and posture. Valuing yourself also does not mean becoming arrogant or cold. In reality, it means acting with consistency and self-respect. A person who respects themselves speaks honestly, avoids manipulation, does not over-explain out of fear of rejection, and prioritizes both mental and physical well-being. They understand that not every argument deserves attention and would rather lose a relationship than lose their own integrity. There is an interesting paradox in this process. When someone stops desperately chasing validation, they become calmer, more confident, and much harder to manipulate. Those who were around only to take advantage slowly disappear, while people who appreciate respect and maturity tend to come closer. More importantly, the person begins to experience genuine peace. A simple exercise can help start this shift. Ask yourself honestly, in which situations do you diminish yourself just to keep someone around? What behaviors do you tolerate today that you would never accept if you truly respected yourself more? And what boundary needs to be set right now to protect your dignity? Small decisions like these can initiate powerful transformations. To put this into action, try practicing small habits during the week. Speak only what is necessary instead of constantly explaining yourself. Take care of your body through movement and rest. Set a boundary you have been avoiding. Reduce the stimuli that feed anxiety and comparison. Return to personal projects and reconnect with people who genuinely make you feel good. Over time, you will realize that self-esteem is not a temporary emotion, but a trust built through consistent actions. And when that urge appears to go back, apologize for existing or beg for someone's attention. Remember this simple idea: dignity is not negotiable. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth when you live according to it. If this reflection helped you in any way, leave a like, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe to the channel to follow upcoming content about mental discipline, healthy boundaries, and building a strong mindset. And now I'd love to hear from you. What boundary do you need to establish today to truly start valuing yourself?